Happy Thursday, Sooner Nation. Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Thanks to all the subscribers who continue to watch the content here at the Sooner Surge YouTube channel. We appreciate you very much. Check out FanStop at thefanstop.com and sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. Today's question of the day, Jay. Which college football rule change will impact the game the most this upcoming season? You have a few of them, Jay. You have the implementation of the helmet communication ability. That's one of the changes up until the 15 seconds on the play clock where the coaches on the sidelines can communicate to one player that's on the field. That's both offensively and defensively on the field. So that's one of the changes. Also, you have the change of the ability and the able to use tablets on the sidelines and iPads and things like that. And then you have, I think, the big one, which is the 2-minute warning in the second and the fourth quarters. And really, all three of those rule changes are making the college football game much more like the professional game. And it's probably going to eliminate maybe some of that learning curve for these guys when they become NFL players.
Yeah, I think it's been a long time coming for all these rules. I think you look at it, I would say that the helmet communication rule probably would impact it the most, maybe just because it's an every play thing. I mean that's something that is throughout the game. Now, the 2-minute warning, though, I think is the most going to be the most interesting, and I think coaches wise, they probably love that more than anything. You're basically getting an extra timeout at the 2-minute mark. So, there's been times where you use the timeout early and you can't get it back. And now you have the opportunity that you can stop the clock again with 2 minutes. So I think that's big. It'll be interesting to see how it does affect the game because college football is a little different than NFL in the fact that I think college football teams, offenses specifically, they score a lot faster. So it's a little different in that aspect, but I do see both those rules really affecting the game in a big way.
Yeah. On the fan side of things, Jay, I think the one that fans might appreciate the most is going to be the communication inside the helmet with one player, because what it should do is it should eliminate a lot of the players looking over to the sideline. As fans, I think that you poll fans, Jay. I think a lot of fans get annoyed by that. The constant looking over the sideline with the big
Don't you
banners.
I think they're still going to do that.
Oh, I think it's going to eliminate a lot of that. I'll be
Really?
curious to see, but I think it's going to eliminate a lot of that. So on the fan side, that is. But really, overall, it is going to be the 2-minute warning. And how this affects the University of Oklahoma, Jay, is going to be interesting because the ability to use tablets and iPads on the sideline, whoever is that person that's communicating with the quarterback specifically on the offensive side, you're going to have a chance to really look at things in real time that you couldn't in years past. So does the coordinator stay on the field? Is the coordinator in the box? If the coordinator's in the box, who is that kind of liaison with the quarterback there? I think that's going to be interesting. Who's really coaching up the quarterback on offense as they're looking at real-time things on the iPad. And then you talk about 2-minute warning. OU has not been great in game management, in timeouts, and the use of timeouts. Now they have an extra timeout. I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think that 2-minute warning is going to play in some big games and big moments in the game. Obviously, when you're looking at the last 2 minutes of each half, and specifically Brent Venables talks about the last few minutes of the half. How big they are in the first few minutes of the third quarter. So I think it's an opportunity to get more points on the board. And it seems like to me, if you look at over the last probably 15 years, most rules that come out help the offense in an advantage-wise. There's not a whole lot of rules that come out that seem to help the defense, in my opinion. I mean, I'm trying to think. One rule that needs to happen for the defense is the injuries. The faked injuries has to be fixed. I don't know. I'm surprised that didn't happen this year. There's got to be something. There's got to be. I think that's the next one to come down. Is they got to come down on that. You cannot have fake injuries and not have any consequences. That's a rule that I need to see changed ASAP.
it probably won't be, Jay. It's a slippery slope you're walking when you're talking about faking injuries and how to determine whether a player is faking injuries. That is a very, very fine line. I'm not sure that we'll see that change. But you mentioned how most changes are beneficial for the offense. I do think the communication in the helmets this year is going to be beneficial for the defense because, like I said, they're not going to have to look over with their head on a swivel to see if they want to call an audible. It's just going to go straight to, for example, OU. It's going to be Danny Stutzman. He's going to make the call right there on the field, so you can make that adjustment. But it is, the caveat is, it's before the 15-second is on the play clock. So those changes cannot really be made the last 15 seconds unless maybe you are looking to the sideline. So again, and is Zach Alley going to be on the field, being able to talk in real time as they're looking at the iPad and things, or is he going to be in the box? I think that's something to keep our heads, eyes out for, to see what's going to happen with the coordinators and if they're going to be in the box.
Yeah, and I either read about it or I heard it somewhere. I believe, just fans, as you're watching football this year, I believe those players will be specified with a green dot on their helmet. I believe is how that's going to work. You'll be able to see a green dot. That means they're the one that can be communicated through the helmet with. So just keep your eyes for that as fans watching football games. If you're not watching OU, watching any other game, that's going to kind of be the thing that tells you who it is. I'm sure the broadcast will also tell you, but that'll tell you as well. And it's going to be the captains of both sides of the ball. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. So great news for quarterbacks. I think. What's that?
Not necessarily the captains. It's going to be the quarterback.
Well, when I say captain, I mean your leaders on each side of the ball is who they're going to usually put that with. But what I think it does for quarterbacks is it prepares them even more for the NFL. I think that's why this rule needed to be done a long time ago. Same with the two. To me, all rules, whether you're in high school, college, or whatever, they need to be close enough where you're at least getting prepared for the next level. There's so many rules out there in high school that need to be changed, get them ready for college. Same in college, need to be changed where they're closer to an NFL rule. And I think this is great for college football.
Yeah, all three of these rules, I think most people, and it'd be interesting to see what you, the viewers, think. But I like all three of these rule implementations for this upcoming season. And another rule, it's not really a rule change, though, Jay, analysts, the amount of analysts that can now be involved in game day activities. Will more of them be in the box? Will they be on the field? How will they be used in the role? So that'll be something else to keep our eyes on as well. But drop it in the comments here, viewers. Which rule do you think will be the most impactful this upcoming season? Are you a fan of each of the rules? Drop it in the chat. We appreciate you watching the content here at the Sooner Surge, and we'll see you next time. Boomer.